Hello, in this section, we are going to see how we can give comments in PyCharm and what are the different types of variables present in Python. So uh, let's try to give some comment here. Let me write some comment over here. This line is printing something. So in order to give comments in Python, we are using a hash, and after that we are writing something that is more elaborative to this line. So once we run the program, then you can notice that this particular line is being not executed at all. Only this line is executed. So that's the use of giving the comments in Python, and that in order to give the comments, we are using hash, and after that, whatever we want to write, then we can specify it. So now let's try to see what are the different types of variable present in the uh, Python. So let's see first integer variable. So in order to initiate the integer variable, I can give any name. Let's say I'm giving name as var1. And in order to initialize the instance of integer variable, I'm using function called as int. And the by default value after execution of this function will be returned and saved in variable var1. So let's try to create some other variable. So we have another variable called as float, and let's give it as var2, and let's initiate it with the function called as float. I have another variable which is called as string, and here I'm giving the name it as var3, and the function in order to initiate the by default value is string, and I have another function called as bool, which is used for initiating the by default value of bool variable. So yeah, so we have the different types of variables, the integer, float, string, and boolean. So let's try to print the uh, value of this all variable. So I'm printing the value of var1. So I'm just using print function in order to print it. And here I'm specifying that I want to display the value of var1, and then I am giving the name as of the variable as var1. So same thing, I will be doing it for the all the remaining variables, and here I'm doing it for var2. Uh, I have to change it over here also. Let me do it for var3 also, and let's do it for var4 as well. And let's try to run this program, and let's see what are the values that we can see. So after running this program, you can see the var1 is by default initialized with 0 after calling this function. Var2 is being initialized with 0.0 after execution of this line, var3 is being initialized with a null character. So null means nothing, and that's why we are not able to see anything over here. And same thing with the bool. By default value for the boolean variable is being displayed as false. Right, so now let's try to understand if I don't want to use this int, float, string, and bool function, and I wanted to I want to declare the value, and I wanted to give the values as some other value by default. So here I wanted to give value, let's say as 20. So I can directly give it as var1 is equal to 20. Here, if I want to give value, let's say 21.5, then I'm giving it as 21.5. And here I have to give, I wanted to give some string. I don't want it to give null string. Then I can give here, let's say some string as Python, and same thing, like I don't want to give the value by default as false whenever I'm creating or giving birth to the variable. So now let's try to run this program, and on output screen you can see the value of the each and every variable which we have assigned at the time of initialization of this variable is being assigned, and the same is being displayed. Now let's check the type of how we can check the type of each and every variables. So we can understand it that this value of this particular variable var1 is 20, but let's value of this particular var1 is 20, and it's is a type of integer. But how we can check it programmatically and get it inquired from the Python that value is really integer. So I'm writing here the something called as type of var1, and I am just giving colon, and after comma I'm just giving calling the function called as type, and here I am just writing var1. So let's try to do it with the all other remaining variables, where var1, var2, I wanted to check type of I wanted to check type of var3. So let's change it to var3. I wanted to initialize, and I wanted to check the type of var4. So let's check the type of var4, and let's try to run this program. You can right click anywhere here, and yes, you can just give run. And here you can see the Python is telling me that by using this function, the type of this particular variable which you have just created, its type is integer. Type of this var2 which you have just created, it is float, and var3 is string, and var4 is bool. Yeah, so in this way, we have learned that what are the different types of basic variables present in the Python, how we can initiate by using the by default function, and how it raises to the by default value for the integer, float, and string, and how we can give initiation to any variable by using some of the values. So here you can note that to Python, we no need to specify that the type of this particular variable that we are assigning to this variable is integer. So it is intelligently interpret that the value of this var is 20 because this is a number, it is not enclosed in double quote, and it doesn't contain any fraction or the point. So that's why it consider it as integer. In the same line, it also intelligently understand this particular variable. It consists of points. It is not enclosed with the double quotes. That's why it is considered as float, and we are getting the value as float. One additional point we may have to note in case of string variable is that uh, we can we can enclose the string variable either in single quote or double quote. It doesn't make any sense at all to the Python interpreter. So here you can see I earlier given the in double quotes and it was giving me the type as string. Now I given the it in the single quote and it's still giving me the type as string.